Hi, in this one we'll be looking at what I believe is the simplest display of a validation rule for closed opportunities. Now right now I don't have any kind of validation rule at all in the system, so I'll go to Edit Object, which will take me to the Opportunity object. I'll go to Validation Rules, I'll go to New, and I will create a new validation rule, put a description in, also put a error message, and I'm happy to display the error top of page. You can choose field if you're more comfortable. It doesn't really make a difference. And now the actual validation rule. So I like to use this advanced formula editor because I don't have to worry about typos. I'm going to use IsClosed for current value. If you're not familiar with this field, this is a checkbox. This is a standard Salesforce field, which is not configurable. You can't do anything to it. You can only see it in formulas, reports, or code, but you can't really see it in setup under fields and relationships if you want to do anything to it. All you need to know about this one is that it's going to be true when the opportunity is in a closed stage, and it's going to be false when the opportunity is in an open stage. So I'm going to insert this field. And by the way, if you type equals true, or if you leave it at this, it's the same thing. So it's going to act, if you leave it like this, it's going to act as if you typed equals true. So I don't want to type it because I want to keep things simple. So as long as it's closed, I don't want anybody to edit it. And as long as the prior value, which is a function that you might find here, if you hit the P on the keyboard, it'll take you to prior value. You can hit insert selected function. I'm going to take the IsClosed here with a copy, and I'm going to paste it in here and close the parenthesis, and I'm also going to add an end in front of all of this. Yeah, I'll check syntax. I think this is pretty good. So this is basically telling that I want the validation rule to fire as long as the user is editing something else in the stage while the stage is closed. So if I hit save, right, you'll see that right now, as long as the opportunity is closed, you can't edit any fields. So now it's closed. If I try to edit this amount field, you'll notice that the error message pops up. If you don't believe me, I can try another field. Maybe you think I got lucky. Try this one. You can try any field you want, and you'll notice that the behavior is going to be the same. So, yeah. But the one thing that I can do right now is change from a closed stage to an open stage, because I didn't tell the validation rule what to do in case I'm switching from an open stage to a closed stage. So I want it to fire when I'm switching from closed to open. So I'll go back to the validation rule, hit edit. And I said I want it to fire when prior value, just copy this one actually, and is closed equals false. This time I have to type it. And it's either this, or you could actually replace this with putting a not in front of is closed. Or if you want to compile even less characters, then you can actually replace the not with a exclamation mark, which is basically the same thing. So the exclamation mark means not and whatever follows. So yeah, I think this is the shortest version, and this is what we're aiming for. And I'm also going to put an end in here because I want this to be a single condition. And I'm also going to close the parenthesis for the end. And I'm also going to go ahead and put an or on top of these two because I want, if either of these conditions are met, I want the validation rule to fire. I have to close another parenthesis for the or. I'm going to go ahead and check syntax to see if everything is fine. And it looks like I have no errors. So basically the first condition is making sure that I cannot edit any fields on the opportunity while it is closed. The second group condition is making sure that I cannot open the opportunity once it has been closed, right? The first condition is also helping us let the user close the opportunity, because if I would have just put is closed equals true, then the user would have never been able to close the opportunity. But since I'm saying that the prior value needs to also be closed, and when the user closes the opportunity, he switches from open to closed, then I pretty much have every scenario covered up. So I can hit save, and yeah, I can go back to my opportunity, see what happens. So right now the opportunity is closed, and I'm trying to open it again. you'll see the validation pops up, and I'm going to try to... Another stage doesn't really work. I'm also going to try to edit a field. And the error pops up. Maybe it's because of the number of the devil. I don't even know how I got to that one, but it's totally a coincidence. Let's try this one. So it seems like it was not actually the number of the devil. It was actually the validation rule working. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Of course, you can start building exceptions around this. I just wanted to give you like the basic of a validation rule of how simple it can look and how easy it is to achieve this with just a couple of lines of code. You will find the actual formula in the description below. If you have any questions and if you think you could make this even better and even simpler, then be sure to leave a comment below and let the world know about it. You could always subscribe if you like. It'll just keep me posting, and I'll see you around.